month of March. Happy New Month to all of you. This is a month of abundant blessing and abundant fruit in our lives and in our academics as well and in our endeavors. Now, in this class, I want us to discuss a certain topic in mathematics, that is index notation, precisely laws of indices. Now, remember that in the previous class, we studied ratio and percentages. So, like I promised, we are taking these topics one after the other for clear understanding. Now, without wasting time, let's look at the rules. But before looking at the rules, what do we mean by index notation in mathematics? It simply means a short form of writing or expressing the products of a particular number, that's the product of factors of a particular number, in what? In the powers of their identity. That is it. So without wasting time, let's look at the laws guiding the indical operation, that is operation of indices in mathematics. Number one law is multiplication law. Multiplication law simply says that when you are multiplying, what you need to do is what? You add the what? The powers. Simple. You take the factor and add the powers. Look at it. Assume that I have n, I use n for quantities here. N raised to the power a times n raised to the power b simply implies n raised to the power a plus b, where a and b are numbers anyway. So we have this. For example, now, if I have 2 raised to the power 3 times 2 raised to the power 4, following these two now, what will it be? I guess you know the answer. It simply implies we take one of these two, that is 2, raised to the power, not multiplying this 4, 2, 3, and 4, as some people do. According to the rule, you will add the powers when you have the same multiplication. So 3 plus 4, this will become 3 plus 4, which is equivalent to 2 raised to the power what? 7. Simple. That's for law 1. Then the second law is division law. Division law is telling that when we have division of indices, the only thing you do is what? Take the factor of the base and what? Subtract. In division, you minus the powers. Simple. They'll have n raised to the power a divided by n raised to the power b. This simply is equivalent to n raised to the power a minus b. Simple. Now let's see example here. 10 raised to the power 6 divided by 10 raised to the power 2. Don't be tempted to do 6 divided by 2 to get 3. That is error. Simply obey the rule. And it implies 10 raised to the power 6 minus 2, which is equal to 10 raised to the power what? 4. Simple. Okay. Then number 3. I have power law. The power law says if I have bracket n raised to the power a, bracket close, raised to the power b outside, that's a power raised to another power. Simple. In that case now, you do what? You multiply. On the power law, you multiply. It implies n raised to the power a times b. That's it. Which equals to what? N raised to the power ab, because a times b is product ab. But a plus b cannot be joined together because they are unlike terms. Take care of this. Okay, example here. Let us apply it here. I have 5 raised to the power 2, bracket open and close, raised to the power 3 outside. What will it be simply? We have 5 power 2 times 3. That's what we have now. Which is equals to what? 5 power 2 times 3 is what? 6. Simple. If you want to evaluate for the evaluator, please now answer in index form. Okay, let's go to the product number 4, which is what? Product power law. That is PPL. The product power law says that I have, it is like this one, but this have product. Product means multiplication. You may have as many as quantities, that is being multiplied. But I take 2 here. Mn to power of a outside. Mn to power of a outside is equals to what? M raised to the power a times n raised to the power a. They will take this a one by one in their power because they are into bracket. It's like opening bracket in mathematics. So which will be equals to what? M raised to the power a, n raised to the power a. Simple. Now let's apply it here quickly. I guess you know the answer now. This we have 2pq raised to the power 3 outside. It simply means following the rule 2 raised to the power what? 3 times p raised to the power what? 3 times q raised to the power what? 3. So each of them will take turn in the powers, which is equivalent because of this bracket covering them. which is equivalent to 2 raised to the power 3, if you want to evaluate further, gives you 2 times 2 times 2. Not 2 times 3. 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 2, 8. So we now have what? 8p power 3 q power 3. Answer. Simple. Then let's go to zero index. This one is wow, wonderful. Then any number or quantity or letter raised to power 0 is equivalent to what? 1. Whether in dream or in physical, anything. In fact, if I raise you to power 0, you become 1 because you are 1 already. If you raise me to power 0, I am 1. So that is it. So no matter the magnitude of the number, if I say 1000 raised to power 0, it is still what? 1. Simple. So example, x raised to power 0 is what? 1. Without any vocabulary. 10 raised to power 0 is what? 1. Without any computation. So whatever 10 raised to power 0 is what? 1. Then, this one I have negative index. Negative, that's minus. Minus power. So the rule says, if I have n raised to power minus a, it implies 1 over n raised to power a. This minus, that is pen, means over 1 over n raised to power a. Simple. Now let's apply it here. I have 3 raised to power minus 2. It simply means 1 over 3 raised to power what? 2. I can evaluate further. And that gives me, recall what will happen here, raised to power 2. That is index notation. Recall what we did here. Here, in this case of 2 raised to power 3. It means 1 over 3 times another 3, not 3 times 2. Further, it will give me 1 over what? 9. 1 over 9. Simple. So that is it. Okay. I have roots power. Roots power. Though we still have one other rule, which we shall meet next time, and the application. So, root power. Here, n raised to power 1 over 2. That is, anything raised to power 1 over 2 means square root of that quantity. Simple. So, n raised to power 1 over 2 means square root of n. Simple. Then, if I say 10 naira raised to power 1 over 2, square root of 10 naira. So, $1 raised to power 2, square root of $1. Okay. Then, joule-newton raised to power 1 over 2, square root of what? Joule-newton. Okay. N raised to power 1 over 3. The question, somebody will say, is it only 1 over 2? It can be any of the what? Fractions. 1 over. So, n raised to power 1 over 3 is what? Cube root of what? N. Remember, in square root, when we finally ask, why don't we write 2 here? Traditionally, conventionally, in square root, we have invisible 2 here. There's 2 here that is invisible. So that is it. It's like when we have x here, the coefficient is 1. There's invisible 1. So here, there's invisible 2 as the mother there. Then any other one like 1 over 3, 1 over 4, 1 over 5, and so on, you indicate them. 1 over 3, that is cube root. It is 1 over 4, fourth root, and so on. Now, example here, I have 25 raised to power 1 over 2. Quickly, it means square root of what? 25. And that will give us what? 5. That is the number that we raise to power 2 to give us 25 is what? 5. I have 8 raised to power 1 over 3. It simply means, this is not 8 for number 1 over 3, please. These are powers. We are dealing with indices here, powers. So it simply means a cube root of what? 8. What does it mean? We think of a number that we raise to the power of 3 to give us 8. The number that we raise to the power of this 3 to give us what? 8. And that number is what? 2. Because 2 raised to the power 3 will give us what? 8. So the answer is what? 2. Correct. Remember it's here. You can borrow a leaf from this place. 2 raised to the power 3 here will get 8. So that is 2 times 2 times 2 will give us what? 8. So at this point, we are going to stop here. Next class, we will discuss further on one of the remaining rule, which is fractional index rule. So with that, we now delve into more examples, complex ones. Thank you for paying attention to this particular class. I believe you enjoy it. Now, for more of these solutions in physics and mathematics, you subscribe to my YouTube channel and kindly follow me on Facebook and Instagram. And also, for those of you preparing for or have your works or your candidate preparing for these external exams, UTME, that is JAMB examination, WAEC, NECO, NAPTEP, GCE, or the major one, any of these exams, you can reach out to me for tutorials, online tutorials, online classes. You know, in this 21st century education, distance is no longer a barrier. Thanks to technology, ICT facilities. So we can hold schedule classes at our comfort of our zones via Skype, Zoom, Telegram, and what have you. So you can reach me through this phone number here. Also, you can chat on WhatsApp or give me a phone call, and I will now help for your excellent performance. Thank you, and God bless you. Once more, happy